Every year is a chance to redo something. Every year is a chance to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to actually try something new. Dating could be challenging. That shit is hard. Finding someone to love for the rest of your life or just love in general, that is hard. I think in a filtered world that we live in, it's so important to really just try to be exactly who you are and not what you want people to see. Yo, and we are back. Welcome to 2024. Listen, if you found yourself by yourself this past New Year's Eve and you were the person looking around holding your cup while your loved ones or your friends or whatever are rejoicing and kissing someone and being happy, and you're just there by yourself and you're like, damn, when is this gonna be my turn? That's all right. Because every year you get a chance to do it again, but do it a little different. So this year, we're gonna work on doing things a little different. This year is gonna be the year that you actually find exactly who you want. This year is gonna be the year that you actually get that happiness that you've been wanting. And the best way that you're gonna achieve this and make all of your dreams come true is subscribing to the channel. Because this year, we're gonna make sure that you're doing everything to start off on the right foot in your dating process. That's what I'm here for. You already know who it is. I'm bringing a game so you ladies can understand what men are actually saying. You know the name, Touche Date Theory. Welcome back to the channel. It's 2024, it's a new year, it's a new me, it's a new you, it's a new us. And today's episode, I actually want to talk about how to date in 2024. Now, I don't want to make that sound like, hey, it's going to be a lot different from 2023, but every year is a chance to redo something. Every year is a chance to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to actually try something new. I have a lot of great content actually coming up to help you ladies strategically find your mate. A lot of my content so far has been foundational learning. Because I believe before we start talking about strategies on how to prospect and find the right man, or how to go about a first date or closing that deal for that man, I want you ladies to have those foundational values first. Because love all starts with you. You must love yourself before you love someone else. And I want to make sure that I'm doing my best to start you off on that path. So, let's get into today's episode. Let's talk about a few things that you may actually want to consider to start dating in 2024 the right way to get you to find the right person. Now, first impressions, they are everything, right? But we're not necessarily meeting people in person as much as we used to before. So we have to really master our digital presence, right? And what I mean by master our digital presence is all about kind of setting the stage for this genuine connection to actually happen. That may not be the easiest thing to do because we all kind of get lost in our platforms, whether that's, on social media or maybe it's a dating app. And of course, what you want to do is show your best self, right? But always showing your best self may not be your true self. So it's actually hard to really say, I really know this person that I'm looking at and I might be interested in them. How I go about actually letting people know a little bit more into me is I kind of post things that make me feel vulnerable. For me, that was actually posting videos and posting content because I'm just like, I can have all these great conversations with people and friends and give all these great ideas behind doors, but I never wanted to actually put it online for people to consume at some point. And at first you're just like, oh, what are people going to think about that, right? Like, is it actually going to be useful? I don't know. It can be very fearful at first, but you know what? I said I want people to actually get a little bit more insight into who I am, and I started posting content like this so people can actually see me talk and see what I enjoy talking about. And what I come to find out is everyone was actually really interested in saying, hey, you're actually really good at this. Like posting and showing parts of yourself that would make you feel a little bit vulnerable. I think that is a great way to have anyone that could be a potential match for you to say, you know what, I may have a better feel for this person because it's already hard meeting someone online. But this all kind of ties into the authenticity part. I'm all about embracing your true self, right? Like I think our life's journey is really finding ourselves coming closer and closer to who we are. I think in a filtered world that we live in, it's so important to really just try to be exactly who you are and not what you want people to see. So this year, I'm challenging you to put less filters on your life. Authenticity, it stands out. And when you really want to attract something genuine, you have to be genuine. Now let's talk about communication. Now I want you to think about communication and the communication style that hasn't been working for you in the past, right? This year, think about communication beyond text. If you're someone who is safe with just texting someone, it could be via phone, social media, whatever, and that's the only way you like to talk to someone, try switching it up. Try to have more phone conversations, more FaceTime conversations. The point is to not just try something new, but to sort of bridge the gap between digital and reality the best that we can until we actually meet someone in person. Because that's exactly what we'd like to get to, right? If we know that a lot of our connections are actually based on dating apps, social media, and there's not really in person anymore, then why not try to do the best that we can to give the digital life a real life feel? I have an episode where I talk about the importance of boundaries, and I go into why setting boundaries and reinforcing them are so important, especially in dating, right? And I think every year it's good to reevaluate and then reestablish some boundaries and make some of them clear. Sometimes people just cross them. They may not know, or maybe they do know, depending on, what type of relationship it is. But ladies, I know boundaries is probably one of the toughest areas that I've seen that y'all struggle with, primarily in dating. Men, we just happen to kind of do what we want and sometimes take advantage of those boundaries that y'all set. This year, I want you to just be a little bit more firm on your boundaries, really set them, make sure that they're non-negotiables, and you prioritize your respect, because prioritizing your respect is what's going to build that healthy foundation for any relationship that you're going to start for this year. I know that there are a lot of apps. I know there's Tinder. I know there's Bumble, Hinge, League, all of them. There's a lot, right? If you're on multiple applications, I want you to pick one. I don't care what it is. Just pick one app, and I want you to dedicate yourself just to that one app. If you're going to say, you know what, I'm going to try out online dating in tangent with, meeting someone in real life, hoping that, that real life spark happens, right? Because that's how I think we all would want to meet someone, is actually organically, right? But given that the day and age that we're in, online dating is actually a normal thing. That's fine. I have plenty of friends that have met the love of their lives online. Nothing wrong with that at all. But when we have so many different options on so many different applications, our focus is completely split, right? And our energy is completely split. So let's work on narrowing this year, and let's pick one app, whatever app that is that you want, and say, you know what, I'm going to give my all, and this is the app that I'm going to pick, and I'm going to find someone based off of this app. Now, ladies, I don't know if you're just as bad as we are with this. We're not the best swipers when it comes to online dating, right? Now that you've picked the app that you actually want, I want you to think about mindful swiping this year. I want you to not just build your list of, things that you may want out of a man, out of a potential mate or whatever. I want you to actually say, you know what, I'm going to swipe on only the men that meet these things that I want. And instead of just swiping for minuscule reasons like, oh my God, he's got great hair, or I love his beard and his tattoos, and that's it. I want you to dig a little deeper this year. I want you to say, you know what, I need maybe 2 physical things that I like, and then maybe 2 other things that require some substance that say, you know what, it may make sense to talk to this person. So every year, at the end of every year, I like to clarify my intentions, and that's something that, you can also adapt and use in dating. Saying you want to have fun and you want to date, but then complaining about, oh, I wish I had a guy that took me serious, or I want to find love, those 2 things don't coincide. So clarifying your intentions this year for what you want out of dating is going to be crucial to our whole process. Listen, I'm all about loving you, and I want you, most importantly, this year to cultivate that self-love. I want you to have everything starting from here. I don't want you to put everything out there and only look outward. This year, I want you to be confident. I want you to look at yourself and realize yourself is magnifying. If you feel good about you, guess what? Everyone is gonna notice when you walk in a room. I always say that everything is connected, right? You have your body, you have your mind, and you have your spirit. And all 3 of them are connected. But everything starts with your body. When you take care of your body and you start feeling good about yourself, those endorphins go in your brain and they make you feel good, and they tell you all those great things that you want to hear, and talk to yourself and look at yourself in that way that you actually need, and it feeds you and it feeds your soul, and you start to be more connected with yourself. Embrace self-love this year. Do something for yourself that is going to make you feel good about you. And lastly, community. A village is important. Having a village of support is important. Look at your circle, make sure that you have, everything that you need in your community to help you out, because dating can be challenging. That shit is hard. Finding someone to love for the rest of your life, or just love in general, that is hard. Especially when you move genuinely, and you always moving with good intentions. Not everyone is, but having support at least was gonna help you get through the hard times. And when you really need support and you need something to actually go to because you don't have the right advice or maybe the right people that you want to talk to, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. I'm here for you. I'm going to help you all year. We're going to get into a lot of great things this year that's going to hopefully set you up and put you in the right place to meet the right man. Once again, I'm here, Touche, back with another episode of Date Theory. I'm glad to be back with y'all this year. I can't wait. Have a great day and have a great start to your new year.